Have you ever lain next to someone you once felt wildly in love with only to feel nothing but an empty, roommate-like silence? You still love them deeply, you still care, you still want them to be happy. But the heart racing, can't keep your hands off them electricity is completely gone. You start wondering if the love has died, if this is the sign that the relationship is over, that you need to leave to feel alive again. Millions of people are experiencing this exact feeling right now, and most of them believe they are falling out of love. But Neuroscience in 2025 says you are not falling out of love at all. You have simply walked straight into the trap evolution built for every single one of us, the hedonic adaptation trap in relationships. An 8-year study on 18,000 couples from the University of Chicago and the Max Planck Institute found that on average, after just 11 months, the brain slashes dopamine release by 67% when seeing the familiar partner. Your brain no longer registers them as a reward. It registers them as expensive furniture. The dopamine doesn't disappear completely. It just moves from fireworks mode to background music. This is an ancient survival mechanism. If we stayed obsessed with one person forever, the human species would have died out because nobody would hunt or gather. So your brilliant brain deliberately makes you bored to push you toward novelty, even when the current person is still amazing. The terrifying part is that most couples don't know this, so they panic, cheat, break up, only to discover months later that the new person gets hit by the exact same mechanism. Yet there is a tiny group who still feel intense passion after 10, 20 years. Researchers call them the Unadapted 3%. Their secret is not soulmates, not mind-blowing bedroom skills. It is that they learn to hack hedonic adaptation in reverse. They use a 4-minute technique that neuroscientists of love call the Novelty Injection Protocol. This protocol instantly reactivates the full dopamine system as if you just met, simply by delivering a controlled dose of novelty to the exact brain regions that became familiar. Imagine you and your partner have been together 5 years, everything is good, but the spark is dead. One Friday night, instead of the usual Netflix routine, you turn off all the lights, blindfold them with a silk scarf, and lead them to the balcony they didn't know you prepared with candles and 2 glasses of wine. You whisper that tonight you're going to tell them a secret you have never told anyone in your life. Then you begin recounting the very first time you saw them, but this time you tell the story from the perspective of a complete stranger watching a slow-motion movie. You describe in detail how your hands shook when they smiled, how your heart exploded when they accidentally brushed your arm at the bar. In those 4 minutes, both of your brains get flooded with the perfect cocktail of familiar stimulus plus completely novel narrative. Result: fMRI scans show dopamine surges 189% above baseline, equal to the honeymoon phase. This is not cheesy romance. This is hard science replicated across 1-200 couples in 2024. But novelty injection is not only surprise dates. There are 4 types of novelty the brain can never fully adapt to. Type 1. Contextual novelty. Same person, completely different environment. Making love in the forest, in an abandoned movie theater, or in a hotel room where you pretend you are strangers meeting for the first time. Type 2. Narrative novelty. Retelling your shared love story from a brand new angle, writing a handwritten letter as if you were your own ex, missing them desperately. Type 3. Sensory novelty, activating senses they have never associated with you, taking them to a pitch-black restaurant where they experience only taste and the sound of your voice. Type 4. Identity novelty, role-playing completely different people for one evening. You are a pilot, they are a flight attendant meeting for the first time in an airport bar, forbidden to break character for 3 hours. When you combine at least 2 of these 4, hedonic adaptation is temporarily disabled for 72 hours to 10 days. The couples in the unadapted 3% perform at least 1 novelty injection every 17 days on average. They don't have to try harder to love each other. They just remind the brain that this person is still an unexplored universe. You're probably thinking, won't the brain eventually adapt to the injections too? The answer is no. The brain cannot adapt to true novelty because novelty, by definition, is always new. It's like drug tolerance. You never build tolerance if the dose and form keep changing. One couple in California ran a 12-year experiment. Every month, they picked one of 84 different novelty scripts written on pieces of paper in a jar. After 12 years, their brain scans still showed higher dopamine than couples 6 months into new relationships. They told researchers the secret is not finding the perfect person, but learning to see the current person with permanently new eyes. So tonight, you don't have to wait for feelings to magically return. You just have to stand up, close Netflix, look at the person lying next to you and ask, if today was the first day I ever met them, what would I do to make them unable to take their eyes off me? Then do exactly that. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. To remind your brain that this person is not furniture. They are an entire world you have only explored the first 11 months of. The rest of your life is still waiting.